It's funny. Sometimes the smallest words in English are actually the most powerful. They're like the tiny gears that make the whole machine of communication work. Today, we're going to zoom in on just one of them, the little three-letter word, may.
So, let me ask you a question and get us started. Just think about it for a second. Out of the hundreds of thousands of words in the English language, what could possibly make one single word so important that it's considered a fundamental building block?
Well, check this out. Here's our first major clue. The word may is officially on the Basic English 850 list. That means it's been identified as one of the 850 most essential words you need to communicate in English. So that's the big question we're tackling today. Why? What's so special about may?
Okay, so the first reason may is such a big deal is all about how we interact with each other. It's our go-to tool for politely asking for permission. Here's its first core job description: to be allowed to do something. When you use may in this way, you're doing more than just asking. You're acknowledging that someone else is in charge, and you're respectfully asking for their okay.
I mean, just take this super common example. May I sit here? It's a simple question, sure, but it's loaded with social meaning. It's definitely more formal and more polite than just saying, "Can I sit here?" And it's this very function, helping us navigate social rules gracefully, that makes may so incredibly critical.
But that's not all. May has a secret second identity. It's not just about permission, it has a completely different but equally important job: talking about possibility. Right, so this second meaning is all about uncertainty. It's for all those times when you're not 100% sure about something, when there's a chance it could be true or a chance it might happen. It's the perfect word for talking about the future without making promises you can't keep.
For example, think about the phrase, "It may rain today." You're not a meteorologist guaranteeing a downpour. You're not making a factual claim. You're just saying, hey, this is a possibility. This ability to express nuance and uncertainty is just absolutely essential if you want to communicate clearly.
Okay, so we've got two powerful meanings packed into this one little word. But here's the real kicker, the thing that really cements its place as a foundational word. Its grammar is incredibly simple. It's a special kind of verb called a modal verb, which is really just a fancy way of saying it follows some very strict but very easy rules.
Rule number one is a piece of cake. May is always followed by the base form of a verb. That's it. It's always he may go, never he may goes or he may went. This consistency, no matter who or what you're talking about, makes it so easy for anyone to learn and use correctly right away.
And rule number two is just as straightforward. May doesn't play well with other modal verbs. You would never ever say, "You will may use the car." It just sounds wrong, doesn't it? Your brain knows it's a no-go. Instead, you'd have to switch to a phrase like, "You will be allowed to." This rule just keeps our sentences clean and prevents a lot of confusion.
All right, let's pull all these threads together. Let's finally answer that big question we started with. Why is this one little word may so important that it earned a spot on that exclusive Basic English 850 list?
Well, it really just boils down to this. May is a vital building block of the language because it handles two huge concepts: the social dance of asking for permission and the intellectual job of talking about what's possible. It does all of this with grammar rules that are simple and never, ever change. It's basically a two-for-one deal that gives you massive communication power for very little effort.
So, the next time you use the word may, just take a second to appreciate all the heavy lifting it's doing behind the scenes. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other simple, everyday words that we barely even notice are out there, quietly holding our entire language together?